Mental health is something we all have. It's the way we think and feel and how we address the challenges we face in our lives. When our mental health is poor, we can find ourselves unable to cope. Around 1 in 6 of us experience a symptom of anxiety or depression in any given week. It can be hard to recognise that someone is experiencing a mental health problem. They may not even be aware of what's happening themselves. People can feel a need to hide their feelings because they might be ashamed coming forward. If someone doesn't see themselves, particularly if you know they have stuff happening in their life, it's good to check in and see how they are. You might notice that someone is more angry or irritable than usual, or that they're isolating themselves or hiding away. Mental health can seem like a really daunting subject to talk about, but we've all had conversations with colleagues and friends about bereavements, breakups, and other life events. We use the same skills to talk about mental health. It's just the same. When a person isn't coping, they really need colleagues who can reach out to them with warmth and compassion. It can help if you set aside 10 minutes to have a proper chat. Find a space where you know you can have a conversation and where you're not going to be distracted. It might be that someone wants to go outside for a walk, or they might want to get coffee in a busy cafe. It's really up to them, whatever makes them feel comfortable. Don't feel awkward reaching out to someone if they give you the brush off the first time. It can be really difficult to come forward. If you've made a mistake and they're actually fine, the worst that can happen is they think you're a nice person who's noticed how they feel. It's so important to give your full attention to the person you're listening to. That means no distractions. Turn your phone off and make sure you won't be disturbed. Maintain eye contact unless a person is uncomfortable. That sometimes happens when we talk about difficult subjects. Adopting an open posture, mirroring their behaviour and keeping your feet on the ground are all ways that you can help to focus on what's being said. Be relaxed. That helps you to come across as genuine and engaged with what they're saying. You can ask questions to clarify and show that you're listening, but don't push it if people don't want to discuss details. When a conversation comes to an end, it's really important to recap what you've discussed and go over any actions that you've agreed. Make sure you do what you say you're going to, because it's very important that a person knows that they've been heard. If a person's very upset at the end of a conversation, you might want to encourage them to call a close friend or their doctor. If you feel that a conversation's getting too much or too difficult for you to deal with, you might want to pass it on or talk to someone about your own feelings. You could speak to your manager or use a helpline for confidential support. Sadly, there's still a lot of stigma about mental health. By reaching out to people who aren't coping, you can do a lot to reduce that stigma and even, possibly, save a life.